The other idea that I, of course, want to point out here is the concept of you taking the problem to the person that is involved with it. Now, this is tough. And I want to tell a little tale on myself. I was having troubles a few years ago having the relationship that I wanted with my wife. It was just not going well. And we decided to have a truth-telling session. But we hadn't done this for a while, for a few years. So there were some hard truths to tell. So we got a friend of ours to come and join us to facilitate the truth-telling, to keep us from fighting, so we could just get the truth out on the table. Some of these withholds, some of the lies, some of the deceit, some of the mistakes, so we could just get the truth on the table without fighting, without screaming, without disappearing from each other. So our friend came, and before that we both made our lists, and she would tell something, and I'd tell something, and she'd tell something, and I'd tell something. Of course, we started with the easy ones. We got a little harder, and some of these ones that she'd tell, of course, I'd want to fight about and argue about and blame her for and get mad at her about. And we just kept going. And we got to some, and I opened my mouth to say them, and my mouth wouldn't speak. And I just thought, well, this is stupid. Here it is. I'm just going to tell her. So I said, well, Tricia, here's what I wanted to tell you is, it's never occurred in my life. I was speechless. I literally couldn't get it out. And then it was almost funny. I mean, it's like, oh, come on, now I can say this. So I said to our friend, I said, Michelle, can I just show it to her? He said, well, of course you can, but you can say it. And finally, after about the 5th attempt, I got it out. And she yawned. I don't think she was trying to be disrespectful, but she's like yawned. It's like, yeah, I know that. Now, by the way, she didn't yawn on some of them. On some of them, she wept. On some of them, she raged. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. Now, later on, we're going to talk about all of these. And I know you have questions and comments and thoughts. I've seen a few of your hands. But for now, I just want you to keep writing. Just see, because I'm trying to get you to be creative and thoughtful and generate. So if you don't like these ideas, just go on. But I want to get through them, and I want to get through them pretty quickly. So I'm going to go on. Here's the next idea. Practice loving, accepting the unlovable. Practice allowing, permitting that which you can't. Practice agreeing with that which you think is bizarre. You say, well, now why in the world would I do this? Because you haven't done it yet. And it might just work. Maybe you can't embrace, maybe you can't love. This first power process was love it all. And in conversation with my children, I changed it. Because they said, look, I can't love it all, but I can move toward love. I said, well, that's great. Just move away from antagonism. Move away from resistance. Move away from hatred. You know, if you can't love your enemy as yourself, well, how about not hating your enemy? Maybe that's a step toward it. Allowing your enemy, permitting your enemy. Maybe, just at least move in that direction in every area of life. And particularly in that area of life. Because it's very hard to solve a problem that you're fighting, that you're resisting, that you're struggling, that you're trying to destroy. It's very hard to bend and move and change something that knows you want to destroy it. The idea is, in relationship, if you want somebody to change, tell them what you want, not what you don't want. Here's another idea. Ask yourself that very difficult question, how did I create this? And I'm going to give you time to answer it right now. So that problem, I just now want you to make a list of 1 or 2 ways that you created it. What did you do or not do? Now, I know you didn't really create it. Of course not. Don't blame yourself for it. I mean, if the problem was that you got sexually molested as a child, you didn't create that. Of course you didn't. People don't create that. But you might have created your ongoing, forever response to it. Who knows? I don't know. But just ask the question and see if you can come up with some answers. The question is this, and then I'll be quiet for a minute. how did I create this problem? How did I create my response to this problem? How have I created not solving this problem?